Ladies and gentlemen, I have no clue if the allegations here are true. I have no clue if District Attorney Willis has indeed engaged in an improper relationship. However, the fact that this is coming out now, when Trump has 91 criminal charges leveled against him by Democratic Party prosecutors, okay? Prosecutors either running as Democrats in cities that are run by the Democratic Party or where the Democratic Party holds the most influence. This is a huge deal, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This is the equivalent of a stock market crash or a Bitcoin crash within the economy, which I think will take place from a political perspective. If you have improper relationships, okay, leading to not contempt, but immense bias against Trump, you can't say that this is about the rule of law. Hit subscribe to this channel. I will have a live stream tonight at around 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The link will be below. 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll talk about this and presidential immunity on this channel this evening. Now, you look, ladies and gentlemen, this is a USA Today article. Let's click on the article. There's alleged to have the district attorney in Fulton County is alleged, again, innocent until proven guilty. I'm not going to do to Democrats what they do to Trump. Alleged to have a romantic partner involved in prosecuting Trump. Don't know if it's true, but if there's truth to this, within a court filing filed by one of the co-defendants, that's a big problem. Democrats usually are intertwined or have a lot to do with political action committees. You've had YouTubers abruptly leave their political action committees, their PACs, because of potential scandal. You've had AOC, who linked to YouTubers accused of campaign finance issues. You had the entire Trump-Russia investigation where a husband and wife team in the Department of Justice and a bureau official and his romantic relationship, who was also a bureau official, had a lot to do with trying to take down Trump. One of them even texted, "We'll stop Trump." So 127-page motion was filed, and if there are if there's prosecutorial misconduct in the form of relationships that shouldn't take place, okay, and here you have the court filing allegations containing them were first reported Monday by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So we can go and filing alleges improper relationship between Fulton DA, top Trump prosecutor. Okay. And if that's the case, then you have a huge problem with prosecuting Trump in a red state, in a state that historically goes Republican in presidential contests. You can't say that this is about the rule of law if there's improper relationships where politics or romance or money is involved. And that not only tarnishes the entire case, but there's also a whole bunch of other court cases linked to the prosecutors. Okay, that I'm not gonna. You can read the articles. Okay, there's a contentious divorce. There's a whole bunch of things going on. And if, for example, you've gone after Trump for political purposes, and you want to imprison him, a leading presidential candidate, you better make sure that the prosecutors involved don't have improper or questionable relationships. It's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. I will have a live stream this evening. We'll talk about this. These prosecutions are unraveling because when you are accusing a former president of crimes, you better make sure the crimes are easy to understand. Okay? They're accusing Trump of a Byzantine network in D.C. and in Fulton County and in New York, in Florida. There's nothing to worry about there. He had the power to declassify. He was president. The Supreme Court has backed Trump's ability to declassify. But when you're accusing Trump based on really absurd leaps of logic, okay, you're obviously simply going after him, and here are the other articles too. You're going after him because of political animus. You're not going after him because of the rule of law. So when an appeals court, and I explained in my segment prior to this one, the appeals court will probably rule against Trump. That doesn't matter because the Supreme Court already didn't even look at the case, refused to even look at the case. And when they eventually do look at the case, okay, they will rule in favor of Trump, just like they will with the 14th Amendment. He is immune from prosecution for a speech. Okay, he's immune from prosecution for a speech. Okay, a speech, ladies and gentlemen, you would have to prove that Trump, because of his speech, directly influenced criminal behavior. That is a really absurd, outlandish, stupid leap of logic. Then you would have to claim that in Fulton County, in Georgia, the argument is that he engaged in a criminal organization to overturn results. But he went through the courts. He went through his political party. The officials that he chose to represent the state were only there if and when the court cases went his way, and the court cases didn't go his way. So the phony or fake, what they call electors, these were Republican Party officials that were only going to serve as these new representatives from Georgia if the state trials didn't go his way. And they didn't go his way. See, Trump went through courts of law, and he lost, and Democrats were jumping in the streets. Now, not only did he lose the court cases in 2020, they're saying he committed a criminal act for even going to court. And there was no chance that Pence was going to be duped or deceived. And so you have these really broad leaps of logic, but the same leaps of logic don't hold they don't use these leaps of logic or basic logical, conclusions when Clinton, for example, who I think will replace Biden somehow, some way, and go against Trump in 2024, when the Honorable James Comey said there's no reasonable prosecutor would indict, what they're saying is it's prosecutorial discretion. We are not going to indict the Secretary of State in President Obama's administration for blatant criminal activity. Owning servers, transferring top secret intel onto servers, which is impossible to do. These are all criminal acts. But no reasonable prosecutor would indict. Then they found prosecutors willing to indict Trump on the most unreasonable charges, accusing him based on media hysteria. The media accused Trump of all of this, and then these media accusations were then written within these indictments. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. The Georgia case is slowly being upended. That's going to be dismissed very soon. Or if he gets convicted, and if he somehow gets convicted in Georgia, it'll be overturned by the Supreme Court, as will all the convictions. The 14th Amendment issue, he'll be on state ballots. And the presidential immunity issue, the Supreme Court will rule in favor. And I explained in the segment prior to this one. Hit subscribe right now. Be here tonight, 10:15 p.m. Eastern, for the live stream.